Lights, camera, and action. Once again, we're on morning news edition at 11:40 a.m. Pacific time. It's about, well, the day is the 24th, so we're moving ahead as scheduled, and I want to go ahead and put this video up real quick before I get occupied with some other matters. So what had happened was, as I'm doing my research and analysis on the internet and social media, one thing that I do notice without a shadow of a doubt is that the phenomenon of yoga has taken the world by storm. I mean, it's just the in thing. Out here in California, it's been like that for quite some time, but now it's like all the way mainstream. It's just as mainstream as Starbucks. If you meet a person in Starbucks, chances are they're into yoga, and I'm talking about females in particular. And I bring that up because I actually read a book that I bought, pretty good investment, in the month of May, I believe it was, sometime in the spring. And it's this one right here. It's called Bhagavad Gita, and it speaks about yoga quite a bit, actually, because it's a sacred Hindu text, and for those not knowing, as far as the origins of yoga is concerned, most people can put together that it comes from India, but it actually has a history to it as far as mental, spiritual, and physical alignment and health. So all things to their own good purpose. The book primarily says that the end result of enlightenment is found through providing service. That's pretty much a summation of the whole book. And it actually says that all spiritual disciplines, religious disciplines, have that in common. So looking at it from that perspective, I say, yeah, that's definitely a service that we can provide. As far as the yoga practices and the way that I see it done, it's just not really in me to do that. I mean, I might could challenge myself, but it doesn't come naturally. I'm not really much of a person like that. But I think it falls in alignment with nature because there aren't going to be any children coming out of my body. But in regards to females, I think that comes in hand and quite naturally, and I think there's some universal overall cause that puts that into effect. So putting two and two together and coming up with 22, I say there has to be some force or some observation of whether or not it's correct or incorrect, likable or not. And I see these pictures and I see the end results, and I like what I see. So I decided to just go ahead and put something together from my perspective as far as what I would want to see. And we're going to get some programs going to help you show what you got, if I may be so bold to say, because it's something I like to see. And we're all being honest, grown adults, so let's put something together and offer that as a service. Keep it simple and authentic. Say in this book, well, it's a service that we can provide, and it's a win-win situation to the extent that I actually did some research and found some pictures. Some of them were double posts, and that's just to emphasize that those are the ones that I really like and want to see a double take. And being a novice, I'm now aware that these pants are actually called yoga pants. I never knew that. That's the first day I've ever heard that term, but see it quite often, so it's actually a fashion statement and everything's falling into alignment. But that's the moral of this story, falling into alignment. I like to see it, and we're here to observe you showing me what you got. So let's keep it simple and move forward on the idea. One thing leads to another. All right? Deuces.